with you. Hi, Dilip. I can see you. Hi, Shivam.
No.
Good morning.
Lani, good morning. Aishwarya, did you say good morning to me? Aishwarya,
Yeah,
I can hear you. Yeah, because I heard only till now, so don't see you. Listen now, Krishna. So insisting that you see your faces is I want to know you way better and want to get more impact while we conversate because when you see each other, you have better understanding. So, of course, in person we cannot have now. So, how much ever is possible, we are trying to connect with the visuals. So, yeah, I see Gopal, Krishna. Good morning.
Ma'am, how are you?
Yeah, good. So Veena
Good
Venugopalan,
morning.
Balakrishnan, somebody from Vivo Mobile.
Hi, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Balakrishna, can I see
Morning.
your face? Muthukrishnan, Ankit, don't tell me that, your screen, but your camera is not worth all those things now. Okay? I'm not like sir who will accept what you say because I speak to you people. Ankit, Azar, Ajit, let's not waste time in figuring out each other. It's better all of you log in with your faces on. Okay, okay, done. Yeah, I think I have seen most of the people. Rest of the people, I think Bhagya or Sri will follow up and then ensure that everybody is connected visually. And we see each other. Okay. So yeah, good morning, everybody. So what I will do from the beginning is I'll go by name and then see where you have reached till now. Okay, let's start with Dilip. How was your journey with us in training?
It was pretty well, ma'am. I'm from a non-IT background. I didn't know
Uh-huh.
what is networking, so it was the best institute where I, had a coaching. So one
Uh-huh.
of my interviews is scheduled within this week. I'm really not sure when it is scheduled, so I'm preparing well now.
Okay, that's good. So, see, you must have gone to college, you must have gone to school. And what is the difference that you have noticed in the teaching method that we have followed?
Pitching to this institute, Bhagya sir will really follow up as where we are undergoing what, when we go to lab as well, which course we have finished, which lab we have finished. He'll give the topology as well. That will really help us in the real scenario to cope up with. That is the best thing in this institute.
So, following up with the student for the assessments and assessing where you have reached technology-wise was the biggest asset, is what you are concluding on.
Yes, ma'am. And one more thing, when I was comfortable, I was taking up classes. That was the best, choice for me. I don't think any other institute will have like this.
Okay, okay. So, Dilip, first thing when you are going for an interview, okay,
Yeah.
understanding the question is very, very important. Okay. So when I put the question, like you must have gone to school, college, and did some courses, what is the difference that a small thin line? What is the difference that the institute make, or what is the difference with the teacher made? Right. So when the question is, of course, every school will have a procedure. That is why they will sustain.
Right? Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Ultimately, what is the foundation of every school? Is it the teaching methodology or the follow-up methodology or the environment or the classrooms? What is that makes a difference for you?
So the best thing, so whenever I was asking doubts after class, Bhagya sir would really make up his time and answer my questions. I think that would be one of the greatest asset here.
Okay. So that comes under the process.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm asking teaching. If I put a question like, if you want to compare between Mohan and few teachers that you have come across, what is that difference that made here?
Mohan sir was best in making understanding of basics, ma'am. Like whatever he tell, it was straightly going to my mind. I found one
Why?
of the best teaching here.
How? How did he make it
Mhm.
possible?
He was drawing the diagrams, visualization. So going through the diagram, that would be the best.
Okay. Any aspect anybody would want to put it here, like, what is the difference that Mohan sir will make as a teacher in teaching?
Ma'am, Mohan sir would give really good examples, which would help us in relating to the actual concepts, and that would help us in like remembering the concept for a long time.
Okay.
So,
Your perspective,
yeah.
Shivam, on this? Do you want to tell something about it, Shivam? By the way, when I'm asking questions, whichever language you are comfortable, you can talk in that language, because expression is more important. Conveying what you feel is more important than which language you are using it. So we are waiting for your answer, Shivam.
Yeah, ma'am. I mean, I have
आप हिंदी में भी बात कर सकते हैं.
बोल सकते हैं, but I'm a little nervous right now.
That's okay. The whole exercise of today's meeting is to face this exercise. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll give you one more 5 minutes time. Again, I'll come back to you. Aishwarya, can
Okay,
you
ma'am.
tell me?
Ma'am. Can I speak in Telugu?
Chaya, I told you, any language.
Okay. అంటే క్వశ్చన్ ఇంకోసారి అడుగుతారా? లైక్
నా క్వశ్చన్ ఏంటంటే, చాలా మంది టీచర్స్ ని ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ చేస్తుంటాం
Hello,
కదా
ma'am.
ఇప్పుడు వరకు,
Question.
స్కూల్లో, కాలేజ్లో, ఎక్కడైనా. So what is that one difference that Mohan sir will make as a teacher is what I'm asking in teaching, in making you understand the subject.
అంటే మేము నాన్ ఐటీ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్ కాబట్టి ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ మాకేంటని అర్థం కాదు. అంటే ఎలా అర్థం చేసుకోవాలో అర్థం కాదు మెయిన్ థింగ్. సార్ సార్ టీచింగ్ వే, సార్ అంటే ఒకసారి కాకుండా 10 సార్లు చెప్తారు కదా, ఒక్కసారి అర్థం కాకపోయినా సెకండ్ టైం థర్డ్ టైం అయినా అర్థం అయిపోతుంది ఈజీగా. అది చాలా డిఫరెన్స్ గా అనిపించింది అండ్ చాలా మంచిగా అనిపించింది.
అది ఇంతకు ముందు టీచర్స్ కూడా చేసే ఉంటారు కదా.
అంటే సార్ రిపీటెడ్లీ చెప్తారు కాబట్టి.
ఓకే.
అంటే మరీ స్కూల్లో ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ లో అంటే ఒకసారి చెప్తూ అయిపోతారు, మరి ఇన్నిసార్లు అంటే చెప్పిందాన్ని మరీ చెప్పరు కదా ఎవరు.
Okay. So what she's trying to say is, sir repetitively asks the questions and engage you and repeats the whatever he told till you get the point is what Aishwarya's perspective is. Yeah. Anybody wants to throw some light on this process?
Can I say in Telugu, ma'am?
Yeah.
It's okay. So, అంటే సార్ ఎలాగ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తానంటే ఎవ్రీ స్టూడెంట్ కి అర్థమయ్యే పర్స్పెక్టివ్ లో ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తాను. లైక్ మై బ్రదర్ ఉన్నారు మ్యామ్, సో తనకి ఈజీగా అర్థమైపోద్ది. సో హీస్ గుడ్ ఇన్ ఆల్ థింగ్స్ అనమాట. సో నాకేంటంటే కొంచెం బాగా నీట్ గా అర్థమయ్యేటట్టు చెప్పే వరకు నాకు అర్థం అవ్వదు. సో సార్ లైక్ అందరికి అర్థమయ్యేటట్టు నీట్ గా చెప్తారు ఇన్ ఎవ్రీ పర్స్పెక్టివ్.
Okay. So the ultimate goal for us and for a lot of you is to learn. For us, it is teaching the subject, and for you people, it is learning the subject. So that is whichever language you are comfortable, you can do it. So Bhagya, I've seen a lot of windows are still not open. I want to see people and then address. Okay. So now, how many of you? Okay. every time we pop these questions to the people who has experienced us, because we want to improve on daily basis. We don't say that, we are 25 years in this field, we know everything. Okay, we say each student is different. Each student's requirements are different. Each student's understanding capabilities are different. Communication skills are different levels. So we want to cater it to such an extent where we will be able to dedicate it to each and every person to understand the subject. That's why the process of following up, whether, see, you paid the fees, you wanted to do the course, but still, when you miss something, we follow up with you, we run behind you. We always say, like, hey boss, why you did not attend the class, ma'am, why you did not do this, why you did not do that. Literally, like, the mother behind you trying to feed you 24/7 is all we do to ensure that, you learn the subject, right? That is our process. So MS Dhoni always says, like, in many interviews, how many of you like cricket?
Me, ma'am.
Everyone.
Look at that, India. How many of you like football, soccer? I like it because my son likes it. How many of you like hockey? Nobody? Boss, that's our national game, okay? Okay. Have you ever seen a hockey match?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. Sports are very, very important in your life. Not because, it brings you physical fitness. It brings good and a personality for everybody, whichever sport you play, whichever. It gives you team building. It gives you personal challenges. It gives you, accepting failure. So it doesn't matter which age you are in, start. That's very, very important. And people respect you when you are in one sport because you show that cerebrally you are strong enough, physically you are fit enough, and you can take up the challenges. So that's why, like, most of the companies, I think, Veena, you're working, right? Not yet. Okay. Yeah. So I think I mixed with somebody. Sorry for that. I rolled out 40,000 students. So sometimes I miss up. Okay. Yeah. So today's webinar is majorly to gear you up for the interviews. Okay. So how many of you know the difference between a CV, resume, and a biodata? Veena? No, you're muted. You can open the mic and talk. Okay. Kushal, what's your opinion on that? No, you're muted.
Yeah, I didn't get you, ma'am. Can I? Yeah,
what
can
is
you
the
repeat
difference between a CV, resume, and biodata?
CV, it consists of only our this thing, ma'am, professional thing. CV. That's it, ma'am.
Resume, biodata. So the question is CV versus resume versus biodata. Right. So Kushal, you answered, right? And Veena, you also said, I thought all these things are same. Do you know there is something called synonym? Have you ever heard of word synonym? Different words which give same meaning.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Then have you ever thought about why different words if it is the same meaning? Have you ever thought about it? Anybody?
Based on the situation, the meaning.
Correct, right? Based on the situation. You can also always say, so what are the synonyms for shut up?
Keep quiet.
Close.
Keep quiet, shut up, don't talk. Right? So many things are there. Ultimate goal is we are telling them not to talk. Right? But depending on with whom you are saying that, whether it is a polite way, whether it is a harsh way, basing on the tone, right? So all use Google. How many of you use Google? Vishnu, do you use Google?
Yes, I do.
For what?
For browsing surfing.
What is the latest movie happening? Tell me, for what purpose you use Google?
Normal for surfing or anything like that.
What do you surf? I know it's a personal question, but still I'm asking one useful thing you tell me.
Okay. Recording anything which I don't know, then I will do.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. Muthu, do you use Google?
Yeah, I will use Google.
For what?
I like to read novels, so.
Okay, you Google up. Are you aware of something called Kindle?
No.
Do you know Kindle, Muthu?
No.
Because I can't see your face.
Yes.
Okay. If you like to read books, there is something called Kindle. It's like an iPad where you can download books and read digitally. So do you like hard copy of books or?
I'm reading it online only.
Online. Good.
It's story books only, so I like to read.
You like stories. That's nice. Good. So the difference between CV, resume, and biodata. Okay. CV is basically curriculum vitae. That means it has to talk about your educational qualification, what you have done in the, your projects while studying, like 10th grade or 11th grade, whatever makes value for what you are pursuing. Like if you want to apply for any research associates or scientists or any kind of, like if you're applying for a PhD or anything educational based or anything to do with medicine, that is when you have to use curriculum vitae, where your educational background is predominantly talked about in elaborate. It can go up to 3 or 4 pages. Okay. Then resume. A resume is a short and sweet details about you. Okay. Why? Because that is important for you for your current situation, all of you are going to get into IT jobs. So we'll talk about what IT jobs, but when you go for an IT job, it should be crisp. Okay. All this while it is expected to have only 1 page, but now they are encouraging on having 2 pages, but it should talk more about what is relevant for the job that you are applying. Okay. You may have done a lot of internships. You may have done a lot of learning. You may have done a lot of small courses. These days, like Udemy or, you go to any Coursera or something, randomly 10 days course, computer networking, 20 days course, cybersecurity, okay, data analytics, like the 10-15 days, you can have a certificate saying that you have done such courses. Trust me when I say that they're all useless. Okay. But if you're sitting useless at home, then doing those things will do value addition to you. Okay. I'm repeating this. If you are sitting useless at home, when I say useless at home means when you're not making money. Okay. Then that gap, that window, you use it for doing these courses, saying that, boss, I'm sitting at home because I'm applying for the jobs. Till I get a job, I'm not sitting idle. I'm doing something about it. I'm staying in touch with the technology. For that, these 10 days courses, 15 days courses, any skill development course. Okay, keep doing it. They're not very difficult. They're very easy to do because they touch the basics, but that will improve your understanding the questions, because each and every topic will have a small questionnaire or a quiz Once you pass that quiz, you will go to the next level. That boosts up your confidence on daily basis, because yesterday was a bad day for me. Today I got up. I can carry forward whatever my mood was yesterday. But today morning I woke up and then just did a small quiz, which will help me to boost up my confidence. It can be any quiz, be it technology wise, or you see all of these like Facebooks, they keep giving basic quiz saying that test your personality. Okay, mind you, don't ever do those quizzes, okay? Because they're actually taking your footprints. Okay, it's not like, see, you're not a very, very famous person, but it's more about data analytics. Like, they want to know about human beings, they want to analyze, they want to prompt you, like, what interests you and all those things. So why I'm telling you not to take those tests, because I am above 50. If I take test, somebody else tells about me, I don't get carried away with what somebody else is thinking about me, because I know about myself pretty decent. Okay, 80%. You are all evolving adults now. Okay, you learn, you acquire knowledge, you change right now what is happening around you. So for you people, you cannot think that whatever Facebook is saying or whatever the test is saying is correct. But if you are strong enough, keep doing those things that will help you to balance your personality. Okay, so when you're talking about curriculum vitae, okay, as I said, stick to what all you have done in your life, which will point you to become a scientist or an analyst or a PhD or something like that. But when it comes to resume, if you are free, add these small certificates. But the person who is reading your resume, there is not enough of space, right? So you need to decide how to balance that resume. Stick to one page. Though they are saying like 2 pages, always stick to 1 page. That is better, because like you, 100 other people are submitting those things, right? So how you need to do is qualifications, certifications, those kind of things will come, right? Certifications, I keep on certifications. Instead of that, do whatever you can do. Leave a scope where a person who is interviewing you should be able to question you on that area. So always on the top right side corner of your resume, for instance, if you have done a certification offered by Palo Alto or a Fortinet or Juniper or Cisco or some other company which is like SAP or AWS, they're all floating around now, right? Lot of certifications, Azure, anything. Put the company logo on the right side, top corner of your resume. This is very, very important, because at least you are showing that you are aware of that company. You understand, right? So that is the first thing that you need to do on the resume. And resume has to be crisp. It should be totally pointing out to the job role that you are applying. So be prepared for 3, 4, or 10 versions of your resume. Okay, don't submit one resume for every company. Okay, don't submit one resume for every company. Ajit, Abhay, Karuna, Arun, Ajar, Nageshwar, I would like to see your faces. Can you please open up the cameras? That's wonderful. Yeah. Thank you for that. So what I'm trying to help you out now is if you are making a resume for a certain company, like for instance, right now you're all working on Cisco, right? Cisco products. So make sure you put a logo of Cisco on the right side of the corner, because the person who is going to hire, the company who is going to hire, you will first look at that one and say what this person has done to put the logo there. So when they come into the resume, they will see that you have done Cisco certification. Whether you are certified or not, you have gone through the process of learning, right? That is why we are insisting that if you don't have money, do the internal certification. What we are conducting, it directly maps to how the external, how the Cisco conducts the exam. So you take that internal certification, that will help you to talk about that, I have gone through this process. And industry have seen our quality of training. So when you say you are from Mohan's Networking Institute, definitely they'll acknowledge it, because 90% of the companies, or I would rather proudly say 95% of the companies have our networking people in the senior levels also, because we are a 25-year-old company and rolled out so many students. Everybody started off their learning journey with us mostly, or even if they have learned somewhere, in a team size of 10, at least 7 or 8 of our students will be there. So they know us, and they also have expectations. Why Bhagya keeps on following up with you is because we are more cautious about our quality of products. I call all of you as product, because once you go out of Mohan's Networking Institute and claim that you are a Mohan's Networking Institute student, there is a level of expectancy from your side, whether it is your knowledge or your ethics or your hardworking capability. Okay. And the commitment. We build that commitment in you with the process. Okay. Whether it is Bhagya, Sridhar, or anybody whom you are interacting with, they will be taking care of your growth in all the dimensions. Okay. So Rahul, Nageshwar, Ankit, Muthu, Ajit, Abhay, Abhi, Arjun, Azhar, I would like to see you people, boss. Yeah. That's nice. Rest of the people, Ajit, Arun. Yeah. And Nageshwar, you are enjoying your life, man. We are all sitting in the room and then, doing this thing, and you are happily walking on the roads, fresh air. You're muted. You are muted. Unmute yourself. Let everybody enjoy your fresh air.
No, madam. Actually, I am in journey, madam. So that's why.
Good. I'm glad you are taking the interest in, learning about what we are going to talk today. But yeah, glad about that. Yeah. Somebody has texted. I couldn't see the text. Bhagya, can you tell me what was the text about? Bhagya or Shri, whoever is there.
It's just raise a hand, ma'am. Dilip.
Okay, fine. So let's get back. So what you need to list on your resume. A is whatever you do, whatever you are learning, whichever company's learning happens, like certification wise or any kind of small, I said Coursera or, or any university, like, top universities, good universities like Berkeley, Stanford. These universities are also offering short-term courses on various technologies, or probably just like, Today Vinit said, can I talk in Telugu, or and then we have Aishwarya said, can I talk in Telugu? So just to improve your communication skills, it's like always doing some value addition from where you are now and what you are going to become next, right? So keep listing those things on the right side corner of your resume. And you need not put a professional photograph of yours, but take these days the trend of, suit and then that tie and then like that formal picture days are gone. Okay. You can put a photograph which actually give an impression about you, right? What do you want to tell about yourself? Like, for instance, I like to travel. So I would like to put a photograph of me, which is depicting something behind my background, or I like gardening, maybe something like that. Like if you go to our Compuhive website, Rao sir loves the Python trainer. He loves dogs. He loves animals, and he loves plants, nature, and all. So his picture is more talking about himself. So that is kept as an example or a standard, changing standard for you people to observe and then do that. So all of you can focus on taking one picture of yours, which actually talks about it. Okay, talks about yourself. So the column of that hobbies, you put your hobbies. I like reading books. I like watching movies. I like cricket. Every 100 out of 100 people, 95 people will have the same hobbies. Okay. Think about listing something different. Calligraphy. Or show it on your picture that you are putting it up on your resume, right? So in your resume, what is important is your face has to be clear. At the same time, you can also have a background in such a way that it need not be a typical white background or some colored background which highlights your face. It can be the calligraphy. Everybody knows about calligraphy, right? Who don't know about calligraphy? Can you tell me? Anybody? Okay, calligraphy is about writing. You study the way they write. Like, the way you write will talk about your personality. It's again a study. Calligraphy is again a study about analyzing writing, handwriting, the strokes, what you use, slanting this side, slanting that side, standing, or thin lines, thick lines. Everything talks about your personality. All of you like a certain way of writing style, right? So calligraphy helps to people to understand their personalities. It is very, very useful. Generally, on the research perspective, it's very, very useful. Like, we haven't met Mahatma Gandhi, or we haven't met Nelson Mandela, or we haven't met John F. Kennedy, or we haven't met Abraham Lincoln, or we haven't met so many other people who made an impact in the society or to the world, right? Kofi Annan, so many people. So now we want to know about them, analyze them, understand them. Albert Einstein, so many people, right? Using their handwriting, we can analyze. Those are the things, one of the useful factor of it. So if you put a picture which talks about your hobby, then in the conversation of your interview, an interviewer, if they can ease your interview. Like when I asked Shivam to talk, he said, I'm stressed. Okay, I know Shivam. I have met Shivam. I know Shivam. He is a person who has played sports and given interviews for Indian Army and all those things. I know Shivam. He's a gutsy boy. But when it comes to facing the crowd and talking about himself, people get to that stage of I'm little scared or I'm little this thing, right? When you go for an interview, first thing what you need to put it in your mind, there are millions of companies where you get opportunities. If not this company, somebody else will be there to hire you. All you need to focus is having this confidence on your face and telling what you have done clearly. If you are stressed and overwhelmed, thinking that I need this job, without this, what will happen? No. Okay? You are learning in every step of your job. You're upskilling yourself. You are pointing towards getting a job. So it is okay to fail, because see, not everybody in your family itself will like you, right? Or let's put it this way. In a family of your father, mother, brother, sister, it's not like you like everybody as a person. See, you love them because they're family. You accept them the way they are, right? You don't have any difference in that part of it. But liking somebody is totally different. You don't like somebody just because they're your brother or a sister or a father or a mother, right? You make friends whom you like. Correct? So, some companies may not like your perspective. Some companies may not like what you have built yourself as. But your character, your personality, your skill sets are liked, are useful somewhere or the other. Okay? So don't get stressed when you go for an interview. If not this company, so if you Google it up, okay, whoever is sitting in the institute, if you Google IT companies around me, right, you will see at least 700 companies in Koramangala, in and around Koramangala 7th block. Okay. So when a small space like that can have so many companies, imagine the world. Okay. You don't go to some Chantapur and then search for IT companies around me. Okay. No, you don't go to Anikal and search. Right? You should go to the right place and then search. Bangalore is known for IT hub. Right? So you go wherever you are searching and whatever you are searching, just make sure your search is also relevant enough. So what I'm saying right now is, if you are stressed up with the performance, always think that you have tomorrow. There is always a tomorrow, and you can change yourself overnight and gear up. Right? So when you go for an interview, it's not about you need to crack that interview on that day in that company itself. There are so many other companies. Ease out, okay, relax, and then talk. What best you can do on that day. How many of you are disappointed when India lost the World Cup? 5. Don't tell me that all of you are smiling every day, 24/7, 365 days, all through your life till whatever age you are. Veena? Don't you get angry? Don't you have bad days? Do you perform every day? Then why do you expect India to perform every match? Right? Accept that. Accept that. Why I took the World Cup is because most of you raised your hands that you love cricket. I took it up. Okay? So, when you are building your resume, coming back, on the right side, you have to list the logos. On the left side, your picture, which talks about yourself. Then get into the first line. I am hardworking and very dedicated, quick learner, committed. No. Okay? No. In the beginning of the conversation, I said, how many of you know about synonyms? Right? For your personality, there are 100 synonyms. Right? Use those synonyms. Right? Just because Google has listed some 10 types of resumes in the Google that how to build a resume. And there are set of things that everybody lists there. Right? You need not follow any of those guidelines. Everybody is hardworking. That is why they reach a stage where they are getting ready to work somewhere in some company. Okay? Don't do that mistake. Always look at one point, that why a person should like me, why a company should hire me. What is the difference that you are making? How are you standing out? And all of you did CCNA. How each one of you is standing out. Think on those lines. Always think, why should somebody like you? I will like myself. If today morning I dressed up and I looked at myself and I felt that I am the most beautiful woman on the earth today. I liked myself. I dressed up red and then, all. I like myself. Now, if I ask, if I compare, Veena is better than me, or, Karuna is better than me, or, Aishwarya is better than me. Yes, all of them are better than me. But to me, I have to start my day thinking that I am the best. Right? To me, I should like myself. So when you are building your resume, think how different are you from other people? What is the value addition that you are going to do about the company? So I told you, right, prepare 10 resumes, right? In US and all, in US or not in UK, but in generally in US, for every company you apply, they ask for a cover letter also. Why you are joining this company. And when you apply in the portal itself, they'll have few questions where you can talk about yourself, express yourself. They go through that and then give you an interview schedule. But in US-based company or UK-based company, but when it comes to recruitment in India, in application process, there is a different methodology that they follow. Okay. So in US, generally, if you say, how many of you are on Instagram? How many? Okay. All people who are not on Instagram, it's okay. You're not losing anything. But if you are gutsy enough to say that, I can balance my Instagram time and, Instagram is a lot of learning. Because every time you don't travel across the world, every time you don't meet different people, okay? You are in a certain demographic, you will know about that culture, you will know about only those things, you don't know beyond that. Knowing about things away from you, you need not like, but knowing makes a lot of difference in your perspective of life. And Instagram is one of the, Instagram is not paying you to sell Instagram to you people, but I'm just telling what are the benefits of staying in social media. Is you evolve as a person by looking at things. You keep on looking at TikTok videos or, some reels which talks about Bollywood gossip or Tollywood gossip or Tollywood or whatever it is, then you are not evolving. Okay. Along with that, you should see the travel logs or you should see cultural logs, what is happening in Gaza now, or what is happening, what are the rules for hiring in US, or how US looks, how UK looks, or how Arab countries look, or how Sri Lanka looks. You should have this visual perspective to change your personality. When you know more, you will evolve more, right? So again, when you're listing on the first line, to talk about yourself, single sentence, but it should be talking about you. So your picture should talk about you, and your first line, how you will be useful to the organization. So when you are saying that you want to join Cisco, okay, then you should clearly say that I can work long hours. Now, I'm not saying that Cisco is a long hour company. What I'm trying to tell you is networking person should be ready and functional when the problem comes. And the world operates on computers, on internet connectivity. Networking people are the people who take care of those things. Now, your company has a project running somewhere, Brazil. You should be able to function in the Brazilian time clock. Why? Because they may not have hired you to operate on Brazil time, but some havoc happened and the Brazilian team is not able to work. At that time, you should be able to take over. A small example, sir always says that, he's not a morning person. But if you see him in morning 7 to 9 class, nobody can make out that he's not a morning person. Okay. But when he's at home, if we ask any question in morning, like morning time, when he's not in the classroom, he either don't understand what we are asking, or we can get away with anything that we want. All the permissions and all, if we want something to for him to accept, because his brain is half sleeping at that time. Hey, while listening, okay, say yes, yes, yes. Like we install an operating system and click next, next, next. Like that, we can make Mohan sir say yes, yes, yes for anything. If not in the classroom, before 10 a.m. After 10 p.m., if you ask, his brain is very, very alert. Right? You ask me anything in the morning, I diagnose it to the minimalist 0.999%. If you ask me anything about 10 p.m., everything is yes, yes, yes. Right? So, networking person should be ready to be functional at any time, because we are 24/7 people. So you should show that quality, in your resume. Not that you will work like that. Trust me when I say that you will not work like that. But you should show that you are ready. Hardworking is not the word. Everybody is hardworking. Okay. If you're applying for a job as a software developer or a coding person, then you should be keen on reading the lines. You should be quick on pointing out problems, because coding will have some 5,000 lines, 10,000 lines. You need to troubleshoot some one line or one word that went wrong there. Right? There you can say, you are an avid book reader and you can quickly read, like somebody said, like Vishnu, right? Did you say that you love books?
No.
No, who said somebody loves books? Reading. Kushal, not Kushal. Who said? Muttu?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, now, like, when a good reader, when you're saying you're a good reader, you should be able to finish like 150 pages in a day.
That's impossible.
It's impossible?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can say it is possible. My daughter is an avid reader. Right now, she codes on Python, and she's the youngest in the team. I'm not bragging about it. It was an yesterday scenario. There was a 10,000 lines code, which just something went wrong. And then she figured out in half an hour what the problem, where it went wrong. She couldn't troubleshoot, but she could identify which line the problem. That came because she's an avid reader. You give a 500 pages book, daga, 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 she can finish in English. If you give a book like that for sir in Telugu, he will finish like that. So when somebody is claiming that you are a book reader or you love reading, you should be able to mention that skill there. Okay. So figure out your flavor in mentioning what is the text, good quality that the company should focus and think that you will be useful to the company if they hire you. For that, you should be aware of what is the process of a company. Correct? So make a list of course, we will anyway give you the list. Make a list of companies where you can work as a network administrator. Which are the companies that will hire you? And in that process, go through the company's process. What do they do? Right? Every company requires a network engineer. But we are not targeting that. We are not targeting that. Our target is, I want to work in a company called Palo Alto or something. What is the Palo Alto doing? Okay, Palo Alto is not a product company which manufactures routers and switches. Okay, so all of you do research on what Palo Alto does. You don't get the answer in 24 hours, ask Bhagya or me on WhatsApp. We will tell you what Palo Alto does. But Google also will tell you those details. Got it? Right? So, first 3 companies will be top 3 companies in the networking. Product development companies like Cisco, Juniper, Siemens, Alcatel. These are the companies which manufacture networking products. Top 3 companies, you prepare 1 resume. Then next 3 companies are mid-size companies where, like, you Palo Alto, Fortinet, Inflow, like 4 or 5 companies are there which are mid-size companies. Then prepare another 3 resumes for services companies: Infosys, Wipro, Cognizant, Accenture, HP, Dell. I'm sure some of you must have learned about these companies. I'm listing famous companies, but I'm not talking about companies where they are actually way bigger than HP, Dell, and Cisco and all. They do a lot of core networking more than these companies. But names, they name whatever name they want, right? It's not easy for everybody to know those names. Those names we will have because people hire from us, right? So companies approach us. We have list of like companies, like one of the slide of what we have as Hall of Fame. We keep sharing it on social media and we keep sharing it on our WhatsApp groups and all. There we list out these type of companies which people are not aware of it, but they are in the market pretty long time, and then you can apply for jobs there. Okay. So prepare your resume in such a way that it fits into, like tomorrow, yesterday there was a job opening. Okay. So you should be, before applying, change your resume into what the company services are and how you will be doing a value addition to that company, why they should hire you. Your first line should talk about that. Okay. And after that, again, your name will be there, your education qualifications will be there, and what projects you have done. Stick to small things. But when you're writing about projects or some work or something you have done, use the keywords. Okay. When you're specifying that you have done CCNA, I have seen a lot of people mentioning that I know about OSPF protocol, I know about, switching protocols and all those things. No, people who are looking for people who are for networking jobs know that you are a CCNA, and everybody knows what is a CCNA, what you learn in CCNA. You don't talk about those things. Rather, you incorporate, I did a small project, dummy project, but I implemented these technologies. Like, we are giving assessments, we are giving topology assessments, right? You talk about your topology assessment, what you have done in the car, CCNA learning. Don't list the topics that you have learned. And also highlight on which kind of iOS version that you have worked on, which kind of version that the OS version of a router or a firewall or a switch, or which model you have worked on. List those things. Okay, and you also can write what is the challenge, biggest challenge that you have faced. You can add a note there, the biggest challenge that you have faced when you are learning the technology which is required for the job right now that you are applying. That is the meaning of your resume. Okay, your mail ID, your phone number is more than enough. Your address and all is not required. Unnecessary occupation of the space. Okay, so that is about resume. Resume has to be crisp, short and sweet note about you. Okay, curriculum vitae is about your educational qualification, your entire story, what you have learned. That is for a different purpose. Resume is for a different purpose. Now coming to the biodata. Okay, can anybody throw some light on what is a biodata? Let me see how much you have. Can anybody? What's the meaning of a biodata? I'll give you 2 minutes. Shiva, do you know what is a biodata?
Ma'am, biodata is something, it describes our, personal characteristics, like what is our date of birth, height, and what
Good.
complexion we are. That is something we relate to biodata.
Who told that? Is that Dilip?
Dilip, ma'am,
Dilip?
yes.
Yeah. Are you searching for marriage proposals now?
No, I have a general idea.
Got you. Yeah. Biodata is I come from so and so community. I have this, my father is doing this, my mother is doing this, I am this height. Okay, that is for when you're actually searching for an alliance or something like that, or in detail information about like how you look and majorly like when you're going for like that it is for alliance and all. When you go for government jobs, okay, and when you go for military services, government jobs, those kind of areas where it requires, like if you work for an ISRO or something, then you will submit your biodata. Okay, so now you know what is the difference between a curriculum vitae, resume, and biodata, right? What is relevant to you right now is resume building. So focus on building a resume and make sure you build 10 copies of your resumes. And whenever you are applying, check the company details, Google it up, and then understand the relevance of you to that company. Did you understand the meaning of relevance of you to the company? Yeah, right? So check that first and start applying. So how many of you know the name headhunters? Karuna?
No.
You don't know?
No.
Jelani? Do you know what is a headhunter? I cannot hear you. You have to open the mic. Jelani? Muttu? Do you know who is a headhunter? Vinit, do you know who is a headhunter?
It's just like which position suits the most for you? Yeah.
So have you heard about beating over the bush? Okay. Never open your mouth if you don't know the answer. It is rather good to say, I don't know. I don't know. You have to say. Staying silent is not an option. You have to say, I don't know. But don't give out some random opinion about things. Okay. So headhunting versus a recruiter versus company hiring. Okay. Headhunters are the people who will collect your resumes and keep it with them so that whenever any company requires, they will send that resume according to the company's requirement. That is a headhunt. They don't pay you for anything. They don't. And when they give the resume, they actually charge for sharing your resume with a company. That is headhunting business. Okay. They can either collect your resumes from LinkedIn or they can collect your resumes from like anywhere if you have uploaded something and all. But headhunter's role is that. Okay. Recruiter is they actually are tied up with companies and then they have your resumes. They don't deal only with one particular portfolio. They deal with multiple portfolios. And as on hand, when the job comes, they will position you on their roles into the company. So the difference between a headhunter and a recruiter is recruiter hires you and then he pays you once the company pays them, or he can also hire you and pay you some things till like you must have heard about bench or something like that. So what they do is they hire you in anticipation that these jobs will be coming and they pay you something. But once you get a full-time like opportunity in a particular company, they will place you there on their job roles. Okay. For you people, don't hesitate to give your resumes either to the headhunter and also to a recruiter, because recruiters will help you to get jobs and also initiate the process. Though through recruiters, when you are going, your pay scale will be little less because recruiter will take a cut for the company from the company and then pay you from it. Like for instance, if he is charging 70 rupees per hour on your thing, he will pay you some 40 rupees and 30 rupees he will take. Okay. That is about a recruiter's thing. But initially, when anybody is starting off their journey, so companies' legal rules are very hard. Like that is why they don't prefer to hire as a direct employee, because if they have to, like for instance, performance-wise, or if you're not fitting into the company or culture, or you are the project is closed, suddenly they have to take you off and all. Legally, they're binded with so many formalities for that. So they would rather hire people as a consultant through a recruitment firm. Okay. So it is okay for you people to join any company through recruiters and then take up the job. Remember that to get a job, you need a job. Okay. So starting off with some job is more important than not having job at all in your hands. This company is not good. That company is not good. I thought this work will be different. That work will be no. Any work you will learn. Okay. Don't think that, so some work, even though they say that you're a network administrator, you may not be touching routers and switches, but you must be handling a lot of applications that are relative to that particular company, troubleshooting their operations, and maybe you will be taking care of their databases. Maybe you'll be taking care of how the connectivities are happening, or basic log records, or creating users, creating basic proxy settings. Everything is networking. Okay. So hold on till you stabilize on your certifications front, because certifications are very, very expensive, right? So each certification costs you around $350. So make that money and then start floating your CV. When the time comes, you will get jobs pertaining to your skill sets. Okay. Don't think that, okay, I finished this certification, I'm not getting to work on routers or firewalls or switches or anything. Don't think like that. Gearing up, staying ready is more important. Then opportunities will keep coming. Okay. And they're talking about recession, jobs not being there, this, that, and all. No, if you are good at it, you will have job. Okay. So build your skill sets in such a way that you are good at it. Company cannot say no, but because there is requirement, no doubt about it. Especially networking people will never lose jobs. There is huge requirement, but they are not getting people who are qualified enough because your learning is not happening properly. Okay, your learning has to go in a proper way. I started the discussion about the process, what Dhoni mentions, how he wins most of the time, or how he is successful himself. Even the team loses, Dhoni never fails because he goes by the process. When I walk out of the house, I don't miss anything. I don't say that, oh, I forgot this, oh, I forgot that, and all. Okay. Just, I'll just show you, not for this, generally the topic came, I'm saying, I have one bag all the time ready, on my, next to my office table. Okay. I always have tissues, and I have an OCD that, I need to clean. I need things to be clean. If it is not clean, I will clean myself. So I carry a tissue all the time, and I carry a small moisturizer. There's no brand written here because this is a some bottle that I filled. They sell these bottles. I filled it, and after COVID, there is a sanitizer always. Okay, and I carry dry tissue, and I carry my lip balm, I carry my comb, and I carry a water bottle. So, and I also earlier I used to carry a purse. Now my mobile is my wallet. So mobile is compulsory going into this one. So, and there is a house key also, car key also. Another set of things are there in this one. It's like I always put that bag ready. When I go out, at that moment, I don't put things inside that. It's always there. I just hold it and then go. Right? Procedure. We walk in, we leave the chappal at one point, we leave the keys at one point. Every day we put it at that place only, so that nobody misses out on things. In my car, there is always an umbrella. We are not living in London where every time alternate hour it rains. No, but still we carry. Whether it is rain or sun, we need some shade. So we carry an umbrella, right? So process is very, very important. Your learning process is very important. Jobs are not there because they are not getting the right candidates. Okay. When you learn, how are you learning? Okay. How are you learning? You first listen to class, then you have to prepare your notes, then you need to practice on the labs, then be ready for the assessment. If you fail in the assessment, re-attend the class. Right? This is what you have to learn, do the procedure. So Monday to Friday, when you have classes, don't leave Saturday and Sunday, because this course, you are doing it for 30 days or 2 months, depending on which process you join for. And then this is the steps that you have to follow, which we tell you when you join also. But 90% of the people don't do it. That is why Bhagya wastes his time. Instead of, he giving you a challenge of creating a new assessment, he has to bring in old assessment, which he has given to like 4 years back student and give it to you, because His time is getting wasted in following up with you, checking on you, Sridhar calling you, saying that, boss, why you did not attend the class? When shall we schedule? And we can keep quiet, right? We can say that you paid, we got our money. We delivered what we can deliver. How does it matter whether you have learned it or not? Right? We have a reputation and a legacy that we are carrying, that our students are really, really good and our students don't fail. Why? Because we make these extra efforts. Today, I don't need to sit and talk to you about resume building. I'm sitting and talking to you. Okay? So make use of what we are giving it to you. Right? So understand the difference between a CV, resume, biodata. Understand the difference between a headhunter, recruiter. Understand the difference between what you are Googling and where you are Googling it. Okay. Now, after this session, your job is to prepare 10 different resumes. You ask for Sridhar for the company's names, or you Google it and then get those names. And so before starting the session, I also have Googled a few, just to give you an example of how to Google it up. I'm sharing that slide in the WhatsApp group to Bhagya, Sridhar. He will put it up in the Zoom itself for you all to have a look at it. Maybe you can have a look at it. So, okay. That is how you need to look at it. Okay. How you need to search for things. Okay. I'm just sharing few things on with the team. They'll put it up in the Google. In the Zoom meeting. Yeah. Are you able to get it? Can you show it on the screen?
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, can anybody? Sure, Veena, I can understand.
Hello.
Okay. So anyway, they'll share it to you. Let's not waste time on that part of it. But that is how you need to Google up for the top companies or top recruiting companies. So leave your resume with recruiters, leave your resume with headhunters, leave your resume in LinkedIn, create a profile. Okay, LinkedIn. How many of you have created your LinkedIn profiles already? Yeah. And every day on LinkedIn, for you to be noticed in a LinkedIn. Yeah. So who is that? Vivo Mobile. What's the name of the person? You asked a question. Can you just open your mic and ask the question? Muthu. Okay. So Muthu, I'll continue whatever I am talking about LinkedIn. So he asked a question that if an experienced person, what technology they need to learn. Okay. So the question is in what you have experience and where you want to go. Right. For instance, you are already working as a network administrator and you want to diversify into product development. Okay. So you want to get into product development, then product development people should know many other tools like Cisco you have learned. Yeah, Bhagya has, I think, kept the companies. Yeah, these are recruiting companies. Caldwell, Reaction Search, Edico. Edico has wide operations in India, US, everywhere. So Edico is one of the companies that you can submit your resume. And where is the other slide which I have sent? The first one. First one. This is the second one. Where is the other slide? No. Kelly services. These are all services. The other one, the first one which I have sent. Anyway. So people who are already working, if they want to diversify, then they have to do the certification, which are yeah. Who is the world's best recruiter is what I said, right? These are the world's best recruiting companies, you know. So I'm just giving you a hint of how you need to Google up. Okay, I'm not promoting any particular recruiter or anything. Just recruiting companies is what I have listed there. That's all. Okay. You can just, you also can Google it up. It's not a big deal. And you also can look at like top companies that are into IT services, top companies that are in and around me. Like that, you Google it up, and then every company will have a website. Every company will have a career portal where you can upload your resume. But always upload your resumes on Monday and Wednesday. Okay, don't upload your resumes on Fridays. And you can keep on updating your resume. So the best way, yeah. So I'll finish this question and come back to the LinkedIn process. So the question you asked is experienced people, no Muthu. So if you're already working in a certain domain and you want to change your domain, and each and every domain will have certifications that are popular, that are happening, you need to do one certification and upload it in on your resume, and then talk about your journey while doing that certification in LinkedIn. That is where you catch attention of the recruiters. Okay, so that is one process. Other one is, now you are in networking, and what next you want to do. The best way of doing is CCNA, CCNP, ENCOR core level certifications and CCIE level certifications. That is the only path. What I would suggest is stick to one vertical. Like if you are doing CCNA, do ENCOR and do CCIE ENCOR, rather than do ENCOR and SCOR and like that. Okay, don't do into diversified platter. Just go in one vertical, complete that stream. Then after that, you can diversify according to the company's requirement. Because once you join a company will pay you for your certifications, or they reimburse you for those knowledge, and then they also give you resources to learn. So for a company to hire you, look at you, you need to do a set of CCNA core and if possible one concentration, or migrate to CCIE. That is the best path. If you don't have money and energy to do that one, CCNA and core level, and then you will start getting into the jobs. And once you get into the jobs, depending on the company's process, if they are developing more on automation, then you have to learn the automation tools. But company will provide you with all the learning material and certifications and all. To reach that, we are only dedicated to that point where we will put you. We don't teach so many things, right? We teach only 2 levels where you can get into the job in a good company, and from there you have to learn how to go. Okay. Networking jobs paths, can you explain? Okay, networking is basically first step is CCNA. Whether you finish a CCNA certification or not, online certification offered by Cisco or not, is not mandatory. You can directly do our internal certification, which Compuhive is offering. You finish the certification. Then after that, you go for ENCOR. ENCOR is the one which places you, which teaches you everything about what is networking. From there onwards, you can build your career in either security domain or cloud domain or anywhere. But ENCOR is the game changer. That is for networking people. Okay. So now I will reach to the LinkedIn path, how you need to first create a resume for LinkedIn, upload your profile in LinkedIn. And when you are uploading your profile in LinkedIn, you can follow the methodology of your CV, not a resume. CV. Okay. In LinkedIn profile is a CV, curricular vitae. Okay. You build it, not the biodata. Okay. No biodatas. curriculum vitae, you build it in LinkedIn. But in LinkedIn, every day you visit that page and every day you follow somebody, like somebody, and you actually make one sentence, small statement about your perspective in a particular technology, or it's not like Twitter or anything. It's just that making sure that your page is active, your profile is active. You have to keep something, liking something, or sharing something like that till you get a job. After you get a job, it is up to your personal choice. Only when you look for a change, you can follow the same methodology. That's how you should work on the LinkedIn process. Okay. Prasanna, tell me. Did you ask something, Prasanna?
No.
No. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Right. So yeah, tell me, any more questions or any more doubts that requires to be clarified? All good, I say?
Ma'am, I had a question.
Tell me, Nakul.
Ma'am, I have done CCNA and I have worked for 1 year in a network support role, where I needed to troubleshoot the network devices placed in the. It was for a bank support actually. It was a monitoring and troubleshooting role, ma'am, mainly. So right now I want to switch to another kind of a job, in which the technology is it's in good trend. So I thought of
in which they're asking for. Can you repeat little louder?
In a particular technology which is trending right now.
Oh, there's nothing like a trend, Rahul. What happens is now it is more about how you can develop a fabric. Fabric is, you should know what are the other products apart from Cisco that are there in the market, which are doing the similar type of job, and what are the differences between those products. And then having that knowledge will help you to fare well in interviews when you are, as I said, like on the right side of your resume, you keep listing like what you have knowledge acquisitions that you have done in particular company, right?
Yes.
You keep listing it, automatically your resume will get attracted.
Okay, ma'am, I thought of doing a course in a firewall, actually, any one firewall.
You don't know? Can you repeat, Rahul? Your voice is little this thing.
Ma'am, I thought of doing a course in one particular firewall.
Oh, okay, okay.
So would that be beneficial, ma'am, if I go in that line?
So earlier, like there is a checkpoint firewall which used to offer a curriculum course like, CCNA, and we used to teach and all. But now, like, FortiGate and Palo Alto has come up with certifications. Earlier, they never used to offer, because to do that, you need to have a hands-on experience and you have to do the course only with them, and all those kind of caps used to be there. But now it is not there. So what you can try is try to either, if you are keen on security, do SCOR. That is CCIE theory paper. That is good for you, and you'll get wide enough product knowledge on Cisco entire products. And it is not like CCNA, where it is more like CCNA or ENCOR, where you will be configuring ISPs or configuring this. SCOR is more of product knowledge, different security products that they have, how to integrate them, and how to give an architecture. You'll become a design architect if you do an SCOR, which helps you. Like recently, we have implemented a project for IIMB for 4,000 square feet area, where we have established an SDM and suggested a Meraki for them. Right? Meraki is again a fabric, a sublet of Cisco products, but they are also integrating into other things, which comes under the automation category and all. Their security is incorporated, virtual machines are incorporated, cloud is incorporated. So we touched all the technologies that are required to set up a good large scale network, which can be migrated any other services. So that knowledge can be acquired by doing ENCOR certification.
Okay.
Okay, that is also considered as CCIE theory certificate. It's a very good bounce on your resume, and you will get into implementation of what you say. Till now you are monitoring, right? You never troubleshoot.
Yes,
You
ma'am.
only escalate the
Yeah, yeah.
problem, identify the problem,
Yes,
and
yes, yeah.
escalate. By doing ENCOR, you will get into troubleshooting methodologies.
Okay.
Your job role will be troubleshooting,
Okay. Okay.
not course. Certification is important. CCNA, they don't look at certificate. Doesn't matter. You know the knowledge and you say that
Yeah.
you are from Mohan's Networking Institute, you'll get a job. Okay. I can proudly say that one. But if
Yes.
you really want to have a hands-on troubleshooting and experience, and then call yourself as a networking person, then do ENCOR. And
Okay.
if you want to be a security person, after finishing ENCOR, get into the core job, get into the implementation part of it, then either you do SCOR or you do the courses. Like internally, Cisco offers a lot of upgradations. Now you can choose things like, I want to become an architect. In that, the courses are designed in such a way that they'll have like each and product knowledge, DevOps.
Okay.
Like that. If you do, that will take care of your inquisitiveness in the, see, when you are in a company, if you stick to a company 2-3 years, they will not ask you to say, if you're working on a firewall, do firewall certification. No, you can choose to work on firewalls without having certification, because by then you have already reached a stage where you have exposed and learned how to configure these things. But to reach that stage, you should definitely do ENCOR certification.
Okay. Okay.
Compulsory. That is if you call it as a trend, I will not call it as a trend. That is the expectation now.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Because that is the knowledge depth that you will have to troubleshoot. You can't just randomly troubleshoot unless and until you know the top view of each and every component that is in part of the ISP or any internal network. Why I kept on using that word ISP is ISP has everything.
Okay.
Okay, you have routers, you have switches, you have firewalls, you have connections between LANs, we have connections between WANs. Everything is incorporated in ISP connectivity. It's like, so you know the difference between a data center and a cloud right now after doing a CCNA?
Yes, ma'am. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So, huge data centers or huge clouds are actually ISPs, right? So that is why I'm using the ISP word. Technically, it is not correct to use the word, but that is how, like, for us, like, we are all like networking people. We can have our own communication language. When my children were small, so when we don't want them to understand, we used to speak in a language which they have not yet picked up. Like, sometimes me and sir has to communicate something. We used to speak in Hindi till they did not know Hindi and all. Then they both came up with a language called Kiki language. Okay. So they used to communicate with Kiki language for everything, like, few letters or something. They used to put ki and ka.
Okay.
So that's their Kiki language. Like, they used to do that out of fun. But like, as I said, when we all understand networking language, so I am using this terminology as an ISP to explain what exactly is your requirement.
Okay.
Hope I clarified your doubt, Rahul.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else? Anybody else want to learn? Need not be only about job. You can ask about our process, any learning difficulties, or any grievances with Sridhar and Bhagya and sir. You can talk to me about that. Yeah, good. Okay. So let's wind up this day. Okay. Anything else you want me to address, Bhagya?
No, ma'am.
Okay, done. So all of you have a nice day. I think it's lunchtime now. All of you eat well, drink enough of water, and enjoy your winter. Okay. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.